30% on their energy bills after going through the program.
This is a statewide program, right? It's not just Anchorage or Fairbanks.
Absolutely. Any owner-occupied person in Alaska could take advantage of this program.
How does it work?
Pretty simple. You sign up on a wait list, akrebate.com, and in a few weeks you're going to be contacted by an energy rater who's going to come out to the house and check your insulation levels, check the air leakage in the home, check your boiler, furnace, whatever you have, and he's going to give you a list of improvements that you can do to make your home energy efficient. You choose which improvements you'd like to do or can afford, and then you get another rating, which will document which improvements you've done. And then, depending on how efficient your home has been made, you can get up to a $10,000 rebate through this program.
Is there a common energy ailment that you find in homes throughout the state?
You can almost take a prescriptive approach and say every home is going to use a little bit more insulation, use a little bit more air sealing, and probably take a look at the efficiency of their heating unit.
Yeah. It appears that energy bills are going to be climbing even more. We had talked about the shortfall of natural gas supplies in Cook Inlet. Do you expect more folks to be looking for home energy audits in the future because of these
I think it's really important that we spend a lot of time talking about what efficiency can do for us in the interim before some of the larger projects get underway in the state. Try and stem the tide with efficiency.
What are some of the recommendations that the audit program recommends for people?
Within the home energy rebate program, we're simply talking about reducing the air leakage in the home, or increasing a furnace efficiency from 60% up to maybe 95% efficiency if we're on natural gas or some other source of energy.
What kind of a difference can that make in a bill? I imagine quite a bit if it's that high of a percentage.
30% energy savings on average, and we've seen participants in upwards of 50% savings on their energy bills.
Okay. How many auditors do you have statewide, and what kind of a wait are you talking about here?
The wait has come down in the recent months. We're only at about a 4-week wait for the wait list, and there's roughly 70 auditors throughout the state that are performing energy ratings.
How about as far as costs to make some of these improvements? What, some ballparks? I imagine it varies.
It can be a little challenging for those who are trying to put some money into an energy efficiency retrofit, but Alaska Housing Finance Corporation has a loan program that can help folks afford the upfront cost through a loan and then get the rebate in the back end, which will pay off the loan. So there are some improvements that can be made through financing options.
As far as a cost of the audit itself, is there any cost to Alaskans for folks to come in?
There's a little bit of an out-of-pocket cost, but we will reimburse you $325 off the cost of the initial audit, which we're seeing roughly depends on your location and the size of your home, but it's about a $400 to $450 cost initially with the reimbursement from us of $325.
Have people generally gotten a little more green out there, or a little more conservation friendly, have you noticed?
I absolutely think so. I have a wonderful case study of a condo association in Juneau that their whole condo association went through the rebate program, saving about 46% on their energy usage of diesel fuel or #2 heating oil. And she said that after the program they had all started planting flowers and recycling, and it promoted a real sense of green.
Is it just the high cost of energy that's behind that right now?
I think that's probably the real trigger, that as soon as the electric bill or the heating bill goes up, folks are going to start turning to efficiency to say, hey, look, we need to do something here, and through making our homes more efficient, we can turn down the cost of these bills.
Is there any one recommendation that you can make? If someone right now watching this program, that they can go in and just make a change right off on their own in their home, that'll give them some bang for the buck. What could you recommend to people, to Alaskans out there?
I think one of the first things to look at is how leaky the home is. A lot of times you pay to heat your home with whether it's oil or gas, and those costs are a lot. And if you can keep some of the heat in your home longer, your bills are not going to be as high.
So just going through...
I'm talking about air sealing, basically. Caulking, weather stripping, things like that, just to keep the air from leaking out of the home.
And these are things, obviously, you could go to our neighbors here. We've got Lowe's next to our studio and Home Depot. I mean, it's just as simple as a trip to one of those two big places or any other hardware store.
Absolutely. There's some great education opportunities out there, especially on our website. We have wonderful resources for Alaskans if they want to do some of the projects themselves or look to hire a contractor to do the work. You can find a lot of information at ahfc.us.
And do you see more and more people trying to maybe get off the grid a little bit, or certainly supplement? With we have wind turbines, we have solar panels, things like that. Do you get that elaborate?
They can, and just remember, if you focus on efficiency, if you use less energy, then you don't need to have such a large solar panel or wind turbine because you're not using as much energy.
Okay. And any other kind of recommendation you can make out there for folks who are?
I think, on top of the air sealing, right, you're going to try and keep the heat in the home longer. You'd want to probably look at the heating unit of the home. Let's just take, for example, a heating unit that's 60% efficient, and for every $100 you spend to heat your home, $60 goes to heat the home, and $40 goes right up the chimney. Never even makes it in the home. So a heating unit that's 95% efficient, you get $95 that's going to go right into the home.
All right. Jimmy, thanks so much for spending time with us. Jimmy Ord of the Alaska Housing Finance Corporation, the Home Audit Department, Energy Audit. Thanks very much. Well, that is it for this edition of One Alaska. Now, if you have any questions or comments on anything you've seen or heard here tonight, we invite you to contact us on our Facebook page or by email. By the way, One Alaska will air again this Sunday morning beginning at 8:30. For everybody here at Channel 2 News, I'm Steve McDonald reporting. Have a good evening.